Hey guys, today I'm going to be testing the Starke Beta 5. Okay, so first we're going to be unboxing. So let's start cutting here and see what we got. And double box. Always Starke makes a great job when it comes to packaging. Comes with small instruction manual and warranty card. And this is some small rubber fit padding things. Some screws. Oh, I believe the screws are because they have a, you can attach them, secure them to your stands. So I'm guessing some specific stands through a screw on the bottom of the speaker. So that's pretty good. I always like to have some safety when it comes to stands and bookshelves. So that's a good idea. And here's one. Unfolded, but here we go. Very nicely packed. And here it is. The Starke 5. Beta 5. It doesn't have magnetic grills. These are with 4 pegs, small pegs. Very nice though. And here's the one. I'm gonna be taking a closer look soon, but yep, I'm gonna unpack the other one and then I'm gonna do some testing and see how I like them. I have the Beta 7s, so I'm gonna be able to compare how they sound. Normally I would expect this to be just the same in a smaller package, but we'll see. Maybe they have a different sound signature. Here we have the Starke Beta 5, which we're reviewing today. And I also have the Beta 7, which I have had for quite a bit of time, and I really like how this small bookshelf, well, relatively small because it's within the big side for most bookshelves. But just wanted to give an impression of how they compare, because you may expect them to be just a smaller version of this, just everything is smaller. And that's what my impression, or not my impression, when I got it first, I thought it was like, well, I don't see much point on reviewing this because it's just going to be this one, but with less output. But turns out that's not what I'm hearing. And I'm going to provide some audio samples of both of them, even though I said before that I kind of feel like it's pointless to provide audio samples on YouTube because so many variables between how I'm recording, my room, all that, to how you're listening to it. But a lot of people ask for it, so I just decided to just do it. But I will still suggest just trying them yourself. But so what I'm going to be doing is just giving my impressions on both of them, and then you decide which one is for you. So I got them the same color, so they exactly look the same in terms of color. There are some differences which I will be showing you. Let's start with the grill so I can take them out of the desk. So this is the grill of the Beta 7. So one thing I like about the new grill is this. On the old grill, if you see on the back, this has this honeycomb design and then the actual cloth grease material, right? But I feel like this is more intrusive when it comes to the acoustic. I don't know if it is, but to me it just feels like plastic and between the drivers and your ears. This one, on the other hand, is just cloth. There's some here, but not on the actual drivers. It's just the acoustic transparent material. So it's how they compare. So I like the sound of this one better, even though I normally don't use grills anyway. If I were to, I will prefer to use this. Another thing I noticed is the pegs that connect, because they're not magnetic. The pegs on these ones are plastic, and this one is kind of like a metal, which is a nice improvement too. One thing that I'm debating if I like or not, my wife prefers this one for the reason I'm going to show you now, is this one. It's very square and then rectangle, and then just in the corner is a bit of a round, right? But this one is a lot rounder. Now, on first glance, this one I like, but the problem is that because of the design of the speaker itself is like a perfectly sharp rectangle, it feels like it just leaves an edge, which I'll show you on a video shortly. An edge around it that I'm not sure if I love that look versus this one, even though on its own I prefer it. So, but I don't think they can do the whole speaker like this same round, but it would be kind of nice to see it that way. In any case, just the grills. Just wanted to show them. Let's get out of the way, so we can go back to the speakers. You can see the differences in height and width. So the 7 is definitely bigger. It's only 3 pounds heavier, actually, 17 pounds versus 14 and something. So it's not that different. This one actually feels pretty well built. Like, I don't know if this will come on the microphone, but this is, and then there's a video I'll put a link where somebody took this one apart, and it's really well built inside. But even when I do this, it feels like this one is actually even like sturdier inside, like more. I don't know, that there's no sound. It's very solid. So if this one is so well built like that, that guy that did the taking it apart and show all the insides with the quality that this one shows, and this one seems even better built. I mean, to the sound, at least when I knock on it, that's impressive. I'm not gonna take it apart because I don't want to mess it up. I'm not into that thing. But drivers wise, well, you got the main difference is gonna be right here, 6.5, 5.25. So that's the main difference between these two when it comes to the drivers. And then on the back part, let's see how the design of this part is. I'm gonna hide and see if the camera picks it up. Well, this one is very clean. It doesn't have the same. I don't know if this is supposed to help with the eliminate some of the sounds when it's the excursion or what, but I just figured I would show it because it was interesting. One thing I like a lot, well, I guess it can go both ways, right? On this one, the binding posts, they are kind of like slanted up, like diagonally, and when you're connecting from the top, it's hard to see which one is red and black, and there's no plus or minus sign anywhere, so you always have to like go under to see which one it is if I forget if it's the left or right. But there's actually markings, but it's like black, so it's very hard to tell. While on the 5, they actually protrude quite a bit, so, and you can see the color right there. Plus there's a white for plus and minus, so it's very easy to see. So at least in the connection style, this one I like better because it's easier. But if you are trying to get it more flush to the wall, then this one will be easier because it's closer in. It's like this one is just protruding instead of inside. So just one of the differences. So in terms of construction, so they're not identical. It's not just the baby version. They did some changes. They were very excited for me to try this one since they knew I reviewed the 7. And so because their assistants, like, I figured like there might be something that I want me to hear, because they're very eager for me to check this out. And my experience was intriguing. I love the Beta 7, but there's something about the 5 that it's very unique on its sound, and it's hard to explain it. That's why I'm going to provide some demos, so I don't know if the demo is going to actually show what I'm hearing. I have a couple of measurements that I took as well, so you can see it from my small room. They both deliver really good bass, especially for a smaller office and a room like that. Will you need a subwoofer? I always like to have a subwoofer. I'm a kind of bass head, so. But I think a lot of people can get away without a subwoofer with this, because they have nice punchy bass and it's very clear and tight. The main difference is I feel like the 7, well, first of all, it sounds a bit meatier on the mid range, and it's more forward presentation where, and you know, drum kicks and stuff like that just seems more there up front, even though it has nice imaging and depth, but it seems more there, like very mid range, and it's very impactful. And for some songs, that sounds work better, in my opinion. Then when I changed to this one, its sound is more of a laid back, but I don't mean laid back in the way of warm. More like everything pushes back and wide, like very expansive soundstage, which is very deep and very three-dimensional when it comes to the positioning of all the instruments. It's very, very intriguing how different they behave for my ears, at least in my room. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting this one with less output. Of course, it does have less output than this one. I can push this one harder. But this one can play quite hard. I mean, I believe it's 103 dBs is what they call for max SLP, SPL, sorry. But don't quote me that. I'll put that in the description if I'm wrong, but I think it was 103. Yeah, the way that the whole experience of the sound, I mean, the highs are great. They are both detailed. The mids are detailed. And the bass is great on both. Sometimes I feel like depending on the song and the bass note, this one may actually come with a stronger bass. Some songs is what this one was like, wow. But then on the other one song, this might do better. So it depends on the notes. And I think the frequency response shows that this one on the lower end of the spectrum hits a bit more. So maybe that's it. But the mid-range, I think, is where, and the highs is where the most dramatic differences came to me in terms of presentation. It's hard for me to pick one because they both sound great. I feel like if you have a bigger room and you need to play louder, I'll still go with the Beta 7. And if you like a more mid-range presentation where it's more impactful and there, then the Beta 7 is the one for you. But if you like a very expensive soundstage, which is very deceiving for something relatively small like this Beta 5, I would give this one a shot. The depth that I experienced with it was really, really impressive. I haven't tried any other $500 bookshelf that can compete with this. I mean, I tried some like Klipsch and some what was it? An Ascend 340, but that's not $500 either. So I need to get more into that $500, $600 range and see what else I can find that compete with this. But at this point, this one, it's blowing me away because I'm a lot into the whole depth and three-dimensionality of the soundstage. So that really right away takes me there. Now, there are some songs where I will feel like I was missing a little bit of that mid-range punch that I heard on some songs with this one. So it depends on the song, right? But overall, the presentation, I like the Beta 5 a lot. And if I were to choose for my small office, I would go with the Beta 5, honestly. Even though it's smaller and less money, I feel like the presentation fits my preferences more. I was trying to get a friend, and he's coming over on the weekend to try them and see. I had the feeling that he may like this one better based on previous comparisons that we've done. He tends to look at mid-range presentation and strength and punchy, accurate movement more than the depth. So, but we'll see. But as of right now, I want to test more $500 bookshelves to see if anything can come close to this. It has the highs, very detailed, but not piercing harshness, any of that. The mid-range is detailed, clear, precise. All the instruments are very well positioned. You can literally reach and grab where the instruments are. And the bass is tight and punchy. And on my smaller office room, impressively strong bass. In my super large unfinished basement where my theater is, I was still blown away by the bass. This was delivered to the point that I had to multiple times check my app and make sure that my subwoofers are off. Of course, it was off. So when I turned it on, definitely made a big difference. But my point is that I wasn't expecting that bass coming from this thing, so I had to double check what was happening. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not gonna give you 30 hertz or something insane, but what it gives you, like 20 hertz or for movies, you want a subwoofer. But I think a lot of people with a normal size office and room will be happy with this on its own. And the test that I'm going to be showing on the measurements that I'm going to be showing, I did, or I'll be providing a slide of what it was. I did them in my room, and it wasn't even near the wall, so I wasn't getting any reinforcement from the boundaries. It was just probably 3 feet from the wall or so. So if you push them closer to the wall, you know what's going to happen. You're going to get increased boost bass and all that. So there's you can make it even bassier than it was on my test. Hopefully the recordings that I'm going to be providing will be enough to showcase what this speaker can do. But I'm impressed. The Beta 5 might be my new favorite 500. Well, it is because I haven't seen anything else in 500 yet that beats it. So if anybody's watching and wants to send me more $500 bookshelves to compare, be sure that it's better than this one, and I'll be happy to compare them. So, to recap, if you want more mid-range meatiness and a little bit more strength and presentation, strong presentation on that middle area of the soundstage, this is the one. You want to play louder, this is the one. If you want more spacious, depth on your presentation and beautiful imaging that expands way before the boundaries of these speakers, you will believe what it's doing, then this is the one. It's going to give you the bass, it's going to give you the highs and the mids, and I can't see anybody complaining about the presentation of these speakers, either of them. So yeah, I suggest you grab a pair and see what you like. And let me know if you have them or plan to grab them, or you have any other suggestions on what else I can test on this same price range, so I can compare them, because I'm planning to keep them for a long time. So I can compare either one. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you want me to check, and I'll reach out to the companies and see if they want to send it. But as of now, this is my king of the $500 bookshelf. As always, thank you for watching, subscribe, and all that stuff. Take care.
You live all your days according to his way. Oh, Mary, never show your true face, pretending high grade. Oh, Mary, what good is your crown with your heart on the ground? Oh, Mary. You live all your days according to his way. Oh, Mary, never show your true face, pretending high grade. Oh, Mary, what good is your crown with your heart on the ground? Oh, Mary. Oh, God save the Queen. I know the story, I know it well. Know how much you miss him, I can see how far you fell. I know about her, I know she's new, but try to see it from a different point of view. I know you wanna see his face, and I know what you wanna say. Tell me, does she kiss like me? Do you wish that we ended differently? Come on, tell me, can she sing like me? She a king like me? Are you lost at sea? I know. Tell me, is she there like me? Do you care that she runs around till 3? Do you? Tell me, are you missing me? Do you wish that we ended differently? Differently, 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 differently. I know the story, I know it well. Know how much you miss him, I can see how far you fell. I know about her, I know she's new, but try to see it from a different point of view. I know you wanna see his face, just like me? Do you wish that we ended differently? Come on, tell me, can she sing like me? She a king like me? Are you lost at sea? I know. Tell me, is she there like me? Do you care that she runs around till 3? Do you? Tell me, are you missing me? Do you wish that we ended differently? Friendly, 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 differently. The secrets you keep from me, will I ever know? This life you live aside, will it ever show? Tonight you're mine, tomorrow on others.
When love is ruling my world, when love is now moving my heart, my days are not the same.
The secrets you keep from me, will I ever know? This life you live aside, will it ever show? Tonight you're mine, tomorrow on others.
When love